calculate the volume. So I would have went ahead and I would have calculated what it is that they would have given me. Okay, so what did they give me in this question? They gave me what volume of carbon dioxide will be released from the decomposition of 50 grams of calcium carbonate at STP. So they would have given me the decomposition of 50 grams of calcium carbonate. So decomposition means that it is a reactant. It's being broken down as a reactant. All right, so I have 50 grams of calcium carbonate, and then I also have an X, which is what volume of carbon dioxide. So that's my X. Okay, and it tells me will be released, so I know that that is going to be a product. So I'm going to put it as a product, carbon dioxide. I'm going to find carbon dioxide as a product, and I'm going to put XCM cubed there. The next thing that I need to do is, what's the next step? Okay, so we have mass. They give us mass of calcium carbonate that was decomposed in the question. But we need to, so at the top, what are we going to put? We need to put the overall mass for calcium carbonate on the top. Okay, so what's the overall mass for calcium carbonate at the top? All right, so how do we find that? We are going to go ahead and we are going to look for the masses of calcium and carbonate, and we're going to use that. We're going to do that by looking at the periodic table. So what's the mass of calcium? The mass of calcium is group 2, the top number, that would be 40. And then we're going to add that with the mass of carbon, which is 12. And we're going to add that with the mass of oxygen. So oxygen is over here, and it's 16, but there are 3 atoms of oxygen, so we have to say 16 times 3. All right, so then what you're going to do is you are now going to get the sum. You're going to get the sum of each of these products, and that is going to be your RMM. Your mass for calcium carbonate is going to be 100 grams. And then look, so we have XCM cubed on the right, so at the top we need to put the volume, the overall volume occupied by carbon dioxide. We know that every gas occupies the same amount of space. All right, we just need to determine whether it's STP or RTP, which they will give you. If they don't give you it, that means it's at RTP. So at STP, we know that the volume occupied is 22.4 dm cubed, so we need to put that there. So that's it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my numbers and put them over here neatly. All right, and then I'm going to cross multiply. 22, I'm going to cross multiply. All right, so I should have 22.4 multiplied by 50 grams divided by 100 grams. Yeah, that's what I should have. And the answer you should be getting is 11.2 dm cubed. That's it. So now we are given another question where they ask us to find how many moles of oxygen will react with 18.6 moles of hydrogen to produce water. So the first thing you should have done is you should have underlined what they give you and what they want you to find. So what did they give us? They gave us 18.6 moles of hydrogen. So they told us that they gave us 18 moles of hydrogen, but is this a reaction or a product? Let's look for the hints. And then they also gave us, they want us to find how many moles of oxygen, all right, will react. All right, so how do we know which is which? So 18 moles of hydrogen, where do I put it? How do I know where to put it? Let's look for the hints. So how many moles of oxygen will react? That word react is telling us that it is a reactant. All right, how many moles of oxygen will react? So that's our X, right? And then react with 18.6 moles of hydrogen. So it's going to react with hydrogen. So that means hydrogen, 18.6 moles of hydrogen is also a reactant, okay? So we're going to put that information inside of our equation, okay? And what was our next step? All right, so if it's moles, at the bottom, what do we put at the top? We put the coefficient, yeah? So put the coefficient for this hydrogen, which is 2, and the coefficient here is 1. That's it. Next step is we cross multiply. That's it. 48 grams multiplied by 0.2 divided by 80 grams, and the answer you should be getting is 11.3 moles. That's answer.